Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Vici Gaming versus Cloud9 Best of 3. This will be the third to last match of the tournament. Well, we have Cloud9 facing Vici Gaming. Liquipedia did not update their brackets when I took the screenshot, but they did beat LGD 2-0, and they move on now. And, well, the last Western team they played, they did struggle a bit against, dropping that 2-0 set to Alliance, but we'll see if Vici Gaming can bounce back now. Of course, I'm LDB on the summit, and I am joined here today by a very special guest. His name is Yanis, or Fog Dota. Hey, Fog, how you doing?
As Dakota likes to say.
What's that? Sorry, I muted you mid-comment, so go ahead.
Oh, wow. Rude.
Go.
It's just rude, man.
What does Dakota like to say?
He calls me Senor Fog.
Senor Fogged.
Or Mr. Fog. It's okay. And we do see, oh, look, a nice Terrorblade coming out for Eternal Envy. We're going to have some fun.
How do you feel about this hero?
It's okay. I mean, it's dealable with, I think, in my opinion. You can pick counters for it.
PPD thinks it's broken.
Yeah. It's pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
That's what I told my teammates, and they're convinced it's not, but...
Well, you just said it's dealable with. It's either broken or it's dealable with.
They kind of convinced me. They kind of convinced me. So we'll see. I don't want to say anything about it, so... I think I found a few heroes that work pretty well against it.
Okay. You're saving strats for TI5 already, huh?
No, more for ESL, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Okay, fair enough. By the way, Death Prophet was ignored. That is very unusual for this patch.
Yeah, Puck picked out in the first two, but that's pretty
a Bone
common
7
for
Puck,
Cloud9. Yeah. Like Fada or Bone 7, but usually they've been putting on Bone 7 and getting a semi-carry for Fada.
Yeah, what has he been playing recently? I haven't seen most of the Cloud9 games. I've just happened to not cast them. I saw he played like the one crazy troll game a week or so ago, but what's he been up to?
Oh god. I've watched way too much Dota lately. Like all the games are jumbled into one.
That's the caster's curse, man. Like that's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm like, oh yeah, he played. Wait, literally nothing comes to mind again.
Or I'm like, oh, I remember a crazy game with this hero, and it definitely involved Vici Gaming. It's like, oh wait, that involved Power Rangers. Okay, well, I was close. I do like this Elder Titan ban from Cloud9 though. You do not want to be giving that hero away when you're running a Terrorblade. That's pretty much as bad as the Morphling versus Elder Titan matchup.
Yeah, I thought Vici might actually first to it.
Yeah, they. I don't know if you saw the last game with the Zeus Elder Titan, but
yeah, that was pretty. That looked painful. It just does so much damage with the magic resistance. MMY just like got hit by a casual spirit and a Zeus ult, and he was just like, oh, dead guys.
Yeah, he got wrecked hard. So, where do you think they go from here? They have the Frost Armor to slow down the Terrorblade split push. Also, was buffed a lot in this patch, so it's no longer half effectiveness against ranged heroes or units. It's full effectiveness. So, I guess you could call it a semi counter. Cloud9 will ban the Zeus. So even without the Elder Titan in play, they're still fearing just the magic damage against the Terrorblade, which. I honestly am not sure if Vici Gaming would actually pick it at this point, but well, they're just playing it safe, I guess.
FY Zeus, the support Zeus, man.
Yeah, the FY Zeus, the Super Zeus, they can run this hero a lot of ways, I guess.
Yeah, because like if the Void gets early 6 and stuff, you just leave the Zeus, leaving his levels in a different lane while the Void goes ganks, tries to get a kill elsewhere. Then Zeus hits 6, and then Void with Zeus ulti, he's usually able to get a pretty simple kill alone.
Okay, so we've got good team fight here for Vici Gaming. They could continue to build around the Chronosphere. There's a Sand Cane out there. That's something that we see a lot of when they pick Void, if they want to go that direction. There's here's like Ancient Apparition, although generally we see that with the support that actually roams more early on. Do they build around this Chronosphere, or do they go Tiny Wisp? I guess they're going to go Tiny Wisp.
That tells us really quickly what they're going to do. Banned out the Furion, banned out the Enchantress. I'm curious to see that Enchantress ban. Has AUI played it in a while?
I don't think so. The only jungler I've seen Cloud9 really run, aside from mostly just the Enigma once in a while. They're gonna pick a Mirana though.
Maybe this will be a Fada Puck then.
Wow, no hesitation from FY. Just slams down the Tiny. They went. They basically were running two strats in 6.81 with the new roster. It was Drought Ranger Visage, Copy Pasta in Cloud9, and they were running Tiny Wisp. Of course, they mixed in a few other drafts, but I'd say that was like 80% of their games when they went on that 20+ game win streak.
Yeah, they do like their Lich a lot. I mean, I'm just I remember games from yesterday. Like Fenrir always just I don't know how he just finds so many kills as Lich. It's like 10 minutes in and he's like it's dominating. And it's Fenrir Lich level 6 spot. I'm like what? How did he even get down there? Wasn't he just top?
Yeah, you ask most players, like, that hero doesn't do anything for most of the game. He just runs around putting Frost Armor on heroes and, occasionally gets a good Chain Frost off. But with Fenrir and FY, they always seem to find a way to have an impact on their supports.
This Cloud9 drafts looks extremely familiar. Blue heroes, throw a purple healer in there, the Bane for the Pile die, so he can just run in, tank some ultimates, because that's what he's been doing lately, apparently. Everybody's just been using all their ults on Pi, and I don't know. They use two ults to kill Pi, and I think Cloud9's like, okay, let's split push.
That's okay. He's got a counterpart here. Ice 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 died like 8 times in a row last game, but he used his Spirit on other Titan, so they won the game.
Nice.
So they can take turns feeding this one and see who comes out on top.
He got farmed in the end of that game. He had like a sheep stick and
He
everything.
he went for a catch up Midas. He went for like a 20-minute. Well, maybe it wasn't 20 minutes. It was like 16 to 18-minute catch up Midas, another Titan.
Oh God.
What are you
That
thinking?
Midas.
What are you thinking from here? What are you looking at now?
For Vici, they both do sports. They need another like core hero, but so they need something else that stands out on the chrono. Definitely a ranged hero that they can. I don't know, something for super probably, but I don't know. I can't really think about it right now. Maybe even a Timber Saw. Timber's pretty good at clearing the illusions, but versus Puck and Bane, you're pretty susceptible.
They actually, whoever picked Terrorblade last game. Oh, LGD was it? Yeah, LGD actually banned Timbersaw against Ice Ice Ice, so they were worried about that. But I'm not sure if I want to say we're gonna see.
They need more lockdown. I don't know. I don't really like that. But maybe it's Timbersaw.
I'm almost thinking, can they get away with an Invoker here? Is there any chance of that? Like, leave Void just alone, run the Lich, kind of roaming, support mid a little bit, go bottom, help the Invoker.
Well, Ice has played the Tiny most of these times, right? Actually,
I think Black did play it once or twice, so
they switch it around.
sometimes he plays the Void as well. But that's only when like they get an Ice 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 kind of signature hero, which is where I'm wondering if maybe an Invoker's in the cards.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure. Cloud9 taking their time thinking of what to ban here too. They're not too sure probably.
It's tough against this team. I mean, you saw they ran Zeus last game, so I'm pretty sure Cloud9's like, well, they ran Zeus well, let's just ban that hero. But
At least Cloud9 gets the last pick, so they get to respond.
Vici Gaming have played 2 Zeus games, like at all with this roster. It's not like they're running the hero all the time. They'll go Enigma, so they get a really devastating team fight. And well, how do you cancel this black hole? There's Bane, Puck are decent until the BKB comes out, then there's just a grip really. And there's a lot of late game, very strong economy if Vici Gaming isn't. If they're not aggressive, can Cloud9 like shut this Enigma down or this Tiny Wisp?
I'm not sure what they're gonna grab here. They don't have that much time either. They only have about 40 seconds.
It is really a blue. You mentioned the blue-purple strat. It's not just Cloud9.
It's all over the place.
It's the entire game. Tiny's the lone outlier with the gray skin.
They go with the Dazzle. Okay,
Alright,
so they did like
they're keeping
they
the
picked that
colors.
before. Yeah, they've done that quite a few times before with the Terrorblade. It's pretty stupid, like honestly. The Terrorblade just sunders the Dazzle, and then AY's like, "Oh, I just earned myself up, heal myself once, and I'm good to go." And Envy's like, "Cool, I just got 3,000 life. Let's go."
Yeah, or just grave him just to ensure he gets off the Sunder if he's getting burst down in a Chronosphere. So,
Yeah,
very
Well,
frustrating.
that's the super obvious one. They constantly did it. I swear. They just kept swapping AUI and Envy's life. I was just like, well, that's annoying. They just keep sending illusions like that, just full HP illusions. Back
That's
to
like-
the split push.
Yeah, I'll go for the low hanging fruit. You can do the next level, level theory craft there. Oh my God, so clever.
Oh God.
All right, well,
Why
let's
am I
pick our
such a
heroes here.
jerk? Such a jerk.
You're the jerk. You're like, that was the
I
obvious
said I'm a
one."
jerk. I was saying I'm a jerk.
You just said you're a jerk.
No, I said I'm such a jerk.
Oh, okay. You mumbled, so
I did.
I heard it differently.
It's okay.
Well, here we go, Yanis. Here we go. Cloud9
This
versus
should be a good
Vici
game.
Oh, just kidding.
And a pause.
Here we stop. All right, so
Let's hope they don't focus Pi.
he's Bane. That's a good hero to be focused on, I feel. You have the brain sap to kind of turn things, the self-deny sleep potentially, and you're fast. You're strong. 315 move speed, 4 base armor.
Yeah, pretty OP.
He can take the pounding.
Yeah, he has one of the best starting stats, and he gets pretty much the best gaining stats. He gets the same thing of everything. So he doesn't even really need items this hero. Just luxury at that point.
All right, Yanis, how do you feel about the drafts overall? Like looking at the two lineups, do you favor either team? Is it an execution game, or what are your
It's
thoughts on
gonna be,
that?
I think it's gonna be pretty much on execution because both teams have quite a strong carry lineup. I feel like if Vici does a good job of stacking all over the place and just having an like with the Enigma ganks at 6, they're able to I don't know, they're able to get a lot of kills here, but they really need to, whenever Void Chronos, I feel like he's gonna need a lot of help with him. He can't just do it alone really too much unless he has like a Wisp Tether or he has like someone else with him like a Lich Chain Frost and stuff. Unless he gets very farmed.
Yeah, because they're just gonna sleep him, grip him, grave the hero that's being focused, heal that hero, weave over the top,
There's too
arrow
many.
him. There's like 6 or 7 ways to kind of deal with it. Even Sunder hero that's trapped in the chrono. So
As long as somebody's not completely alone, of course.
yeah,
Then there's probable cause that, Void will probably kill him. Unless it's terribly, and then he might Sunder if he's tanky enough, and then, yeah. It's a pretty obnoxious lineup to try to deal with a Void getting solo kills early on, once he gets to that level 6. But they're going to be able to, as long as they can get good levels on the Enigma, as long as they have the jungle open, the Wisp Tiny have a good start, I think it'll go pretty well for Vici. The stacks are going to be big.
all right. Well, Ice has reconnected, so we'll chance introducing the players and hopefully get it underway as the Germans are talking. Eternal Envy's on the Terrorblade. You've got Pylai Dai playing the Bane that puts AOI 2000 onto the Dazzle that you mentioned, and Fada on the Puck, and at least Bone 7 as your Marana. Picks up the early Ring of Protection, and we'll be working towards this Basilius.
That item's OP
You
now.
don't speak German, do you?
Oh.
Okay.
No, Ring of Protection is OP now, man. 3 armor.
You think the one armor makes it OP?
It actually does make a big difference early on when you have that extra
It's
one armor.
it's literally 50% more armor. Like that's some value right there.
It is value. You can get 5 of them now, and it's like, boom. 15 armor. Dude, that's value.
I can't argue with that. The only thing better than that is five rings of Basilius and then into the Achilles.
Yeah, like Terrorblade, you can get a Ring of Protection and a Stout Shield, and he's got 10 armor and a Stout Shield.
He has 7 base armor with no items, but fortunately has 400
Like
health.
Magi.
Well, it makes you glad if you're Cloud9 that they don't have the Elder Titan in this game. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Hand it out.
We'll
Oh.
introduce Vici. We're kind of trying to stagger these introductions, but they have
What's
10
up?
players in the game. I mean, how long could it possibly take?
What even happened? Didn't even say anything.
Ice was disconnected.
Ah.
And they're talking in German. But yeah, FY on the IO, Ice on the Tiny. Double circlets picked up. Interesting. Maybe misbuy, but Black on the Void, Fenrir the Lich, and even the admins are asking what's going on. When your own admins don't know what's going on in your tournament, then yeah. Super.
Dota
will be
2.
Enigma.
Could all be a lot. Well, we didn't even get to see any items. I want to see at least some items bought.
There's this
Nothing.
double circlet to talk about. What's your theory on that one? The circlet rush?
Just wants, I don't know, some early stats. Get the combo off early on, right when he hits level 2. I don't know why he bought 2 circlets, but whatever. Maybe they were meant to be branches. That'd be a weird misclick, though.
Tiny's so cute when he's level 1.
He's smiling. He's always smiling.
Yeah, he's actually always smiling even when he's punching you in the face.
Just cleaves your courier and kills you. It's like, okay, cool. It's always what I imagine. Just the smile cleaving your courier.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Seen it happen a few times.
Oh, you know what? Giannis, they fixed the preview for the friggin' Tiny items.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
so they're not like just it's not like he's impaled upon like a giant tree trunk anymore.
He
You know,
still
he's-
looks like he's holding something. But
Okay. Well, he's supposed to. He's supposed to be holding the club.
there's nothing there.
Oh, okay. So you're saying no? Yeah, this loadout doesn't work. Actually, no, they didn't fix it. I saw another preview where they did fix it, but yeah, now it's broken again. Okay. Never mind. It's broken. Volvo, please. Everything's
man.
broken.
Well,
I'm trying to do some PR, repair work here for Valve, but no one can repair this.
Oh well.
Literally dead game.
There's no Enigma sets either. He's looked dark. For some reason, Enigma's just so like on my screen. He's actually just dark. He's not blue anymore. He's got like a very dark blue color.
This guy is like a tattoo. It's a really intense tattoos. I'm just too tired of the delays. I have so much to give, guys.
Yeah. How's everything been, man?
Yeah, pretty good.
Lots of games. Some good Dota.
Some good Dota. Some
Some
games.
good Dota.
How have you been?
Oh, I'm okay, man. Lost today. Lost with some sniper. It's pretty. It was interesting.
What are your thoughts on Sniper as a hero?
I think he's situational.
That's such
Such
a
a dodgy
cop-out.
statement.
Yeah, it's a situational hero. There's like 5 heroes in the game that are not situational, that are always bad at most.
I think he can work very rarely there. He's very situational.
Okay, you're still a dodger though.
Yeah, it's dodging. I don't really like the hero basically.
All right, well, are we going or not? Because
I'm not sure, man.
you know,
Oh, he's back.
I probably need to feed my cats or something. There's probably something in the real world I have to do besides watch this.
My dog's just passed out on top of my bed right now.
Okay.
He's chilling. He doesn't need feeding.
Does Faceless Void know he has a giant hole in his head?
I think so. He's always angry. He's the opposite of Tiny. Lich is too. Lich looks pretty angry.
No, dude, Lich is a bro. He's like permanently chilling.
Was that supposed to be a pun?
It was a pun. It was a good pun.
I worry.
My cats are starving, you know.
You probably have a couple
They're,
minutes.
WCA is literally killing my cats.
Are there other people there?
They don't feed them. Like, the funny part is if I don't feed the cats, K-pop's cat will just go like 3 days without food.
That's awful.
Yeah, he's very abusive.
Sophie,
on
no.
her. Well, she maybe deserves not to have a meal for a few days.
You guys are so mean.
She's a mean cat though. She is a nasty.
That's on you.
Yeah. How's that on me? She was like that when she showed up.
I'm gonna blame a certain someone that I won't say.
Oh, the real Merlini police.
Yep.
Little
Just might
abuse.
be.
Little abusive towards the black cat. Slightly racist.
You just zooming in on some trees, some terrain.
I mean, there's nothing else to zoom in on. Like, oh, I could go in the towers here. Let's get up.
We can learn the map some more. I'm still learning. Let's learn together. There's some trees over here apparently that you can cut
Sounds
down
like
on
your
this,
new.
on this right side over here. There's some trees you can cut and make a nice path, and you can juke in there.
Oh, what
Like
over
you
here?
Cut you can cut like this one right here. Wait, I'll do it right here. This one.
I can't see your drawings.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Can you ping?
I pinged this one. There's gonna be tons of pings now.
Oh no, only the people on our broadcaster channel see them.
Okay.
The player pings everyone is subjected to though.
But yeah, you're pretty close to the right tree. But you can look at it and just take a look. You can see the kind of pathway you can cut through there and juke up through the trees and make.
This one?
I gotta wait for it to catch up, man. Yeah, you're pretty close to it. Oh, whatever. We're gonna learn together.
Let's
You're really
learn
good.
let's learn together.
Oh, we might be. Oh, we're gonna get started. All right.
Okay. And FY said, "Let there be Dota." He is God. He is God after all.
Yeah, dude, this Roche area is still a mystery sometimes. Like warding in it and counter warding in it and blocking the ancients. I don't know. It's gonna take a long time to get used to all of it.
It's still just I don't. When was Roche ever moved? Even since the creation of the map, I can't.
It's been like 10 years probably since they really moved it.
I mean, the big change was when he was initially given the Aegis. Like, but that was I don't even think that was Dota All Stars. That was like Warcraft 3 regular Dota.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was before my time.
And he
even.
sold circlets, by the way.
Okay, so
He heard you.
just testing his hotkeys to make sure he buys efficiently.
Oh, and it looks like it's gonna be a solo bottom Enigma, dual mid with Tiny and a Lich Void offlane.
And it is interesting because this is probably the one team that really runs the solo Enigma, but it's usually Ice 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 in the off lane, not Definitely not super in the safe lane, so doing kind of that hero-focused style of assignment where, depending on what player excels on what hero, they'll play accordingly. So, with that said, we'll try to introduce our teams. Hopefully nobody feeds. Black will be your offlane Void, Fenrir, your support Lich. That puts Ice 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 onto the Tiny, and they're just killing trees and making Mother Nature sad. FY will be the Wisp. That puts Super onto the safe lane Enigma, and then on the dire side, you've got Eternal Envy. Gone Freaks is on the Terrorblade. AUI 2000 will be handling your support Dazzle. That leaves Bone 7 on the Mirana. Pylite Die, supporting him as the Bane, and Fada going mid as the Puck.
Yep, just like I said, they're going to focus on the stacks, of course. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it is quite important to point out anyway. Sleep, Arrow on Enigma. Do they have enough to take him down? Probably not.
There's a Tether. FY doesn't have any items, though. He's rushing the bottle, so he can't actually heal up Super, but yeah, it's okay.
That 3 armor.
Making the difference. Without that, he is actually probably dead, to be fair.
Probably not dead, but he would have been lower. He would have been closer. They might have been able, they might have extended more into it.
Well, Bane is that 315 move speed, though, so he might have been able to run him down.
Well, with the tether, there's no way. He's got
Yeah,
like
that's true.
350 or something. Nope.
Yeah, no leap at level 1. But Pylite Eye is going to block off this camp. He'll now drop an Observer Ward down, and so we'll end up being dual lanes from Vici. No surprise on the Tiny Wisp, and of course the Lich is kind of your flexible support, where he can move around, come bottom if the Enigma really needs help, potentially try to roam on mid, which is something that Fenrir does a lot of.
Uh-oh, not again.
Or you can take a snooze.
Or they can pause.
Yeah, or they can
And we get some meows. And some angry pudge. That's alright. So Bone 7 should be able to get a good amount of CS down here. He's Super's gonna have I think probably have a little bit of a tough time getting some levels. Yeah, and those Eidolons are gonna get killed pretty easily once Bone 7 gets like a Bastion and phase boost.
Yeah, normally what we see when Ice 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 is running the side lane solo Enigma is he likes to scout a lot with them just to make sure he doesn't get ganked, but well, Bane is pretty comfortable just trading blows anyway.
As long as he's able to just keep denying, if the Eidolon split, that's ideal, but if he's able to just keep denying the wave back into his tower, then he's able to get a lot of levels, which will be really helpful. And yeah, he's gonna do so with the range creep denies.
Yeah, he'll do what he can just to stay in the lane, but he's not getting a ton of experience, and constantly the threat of the jump is there. And, well, our mid lane for Vici Gaming so far, let's see, any stacks? They got the big camp stack, did not get the double stack for FY, but he's picked up his bottle. It's going to be a 2-minute rune spawning soon, and the pressure is going to mount a bit here on Super. Bone 7 posting up rather aggressively, farming those Eidolons, and now just trying to trade with Super, but that value rate of protection actually making the difference. Unfortunately, he's out of mana, and now he's caught between a sleep and an arrow, and that's going to be first blood. Super, nothing to do but go back to the well.
Yep. He bought his TP before he died at least, so he didn't lose too much money. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Like, he's pulling the lane back so much that at that point he doesn't have any range creeps, so when they just right-click and harass him, nothing happens.
So should he be denying the enemy, or not denying, but converting the enemy creeps, you think, rather than his own?
I think maybe one of his melee creeps, just to pull it back a bit, but then have the range creep to deny since it's a dual range. But that's so hard to decide like that in a game. I wouldn't, never. In mid, getting gone on, Puck, get tossed back. He's got the orb though, and he should be able to survive this.
Yeah, they really...
Oh, they've got a haster
chasing Fada. But those tower shots really hurt.
Yeah, 0 armor on Wisp, but tower hits extremely hard.
Meanwhile, top lane, Black...
he gets tossed in.
Really? Okay, we're still going.
Yeah, he's got no mana.
Silence is there. Fada has a tango, but even using a phase shift? Phase shift? FY hitting creeps, the orbs, they're enough to get the kill.
And they get bottom in the meantime. Bone 7 and up high. Also gets Super again, which... that's no good.
Man, that was big commitment for the Puck, and I think Fada underestimated how much Vici were willing to dive him, because he could have just kept on retreating out and waited for that haste to wear off. But they're an aggressive duo on this Tiny Wisp, and they haven't been able to stack much. They've only gotten the one big camp stack off, so that is good news. Still, Ice 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 free farming at this point, and 15-4 in the CS. Fada getting aggressive, but gets avalanche. Now the Wisp comes in. Fada has no orb for 2 seconds. He might have to go down. Might end up getting a kill. What's it going to be? Try to retreat out. One more auto attack. No orbs ready. He'll end up living, so...
Fada's playing this really well, though. He's keeping up with CS. He may have died that time, but he's still getting good levels, good CS, and he's putting a lot of pressure on them. But now the bottle's coming out, and this is where disaster begins.
Oh, he was looking for the orb on Ice Ice Ice, but just barely missing. Now he'll go for the top rune instead. And he'll have some teammate here to greet him as AUI 2000 rotates in. But they're going to try and contest this one with FY being tossed in once again. They're using
C9 knowing. That's like so smart though. They're playing versus the Wisp and they're like, we gotta make sure have to check all of the runes. At least one person needs to check every rune so that Wisp doesn't get any of them.
Yeah, that was a pretty big buff to Wisp, is the double rune spawn. But they're looking for the jump in mid. Pilot dies invis, and do they get this go on Ice Ice Ice? Courier coming in? No. They want him to push out a little more. They know the Wisp is just sitting right behind him, and they've actually brought in that roaming Fenrir Lich. A wild Lich appears. Oh no, this could go poorly the way of Cloud9 as Ice 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 turns, but the Fascia was there tossing one on top of the other. FY will get the first kill. He's looking for the secondary kill on Pilot. The orb's coming out. Oh yeah, he's done for. It's a double kill for the Wisp. Arrow not going to connect. Bone 7 forced the TP in for nothing. And it's a 2-for-1 exchange. They do lose their Tiny, but it's a fast level 6 coming now for FY.
Yeah, and Black's actually able to get a lot of farm up here so far. He's one of the top CSers, other than Bone 7.
Yeah, Quelling Blade, 70 base damage, and at least matches the Terrorblade when he doesn't have his Metamorphosis ready.
And now we have Super catching up in bottom lane, which is going to be really big for him.
And he picks up an early Sage's Mask to go with the... He's going for the Soul Rain plus Bassi. Gives him a lot of early sustain, but does delay the mech a bit. Which is fine for Vici if they're not forced to fight. This is definitely a lineup that just wants to spread the map out, farm, and just take selective fights. With Crota, with Black Hole, and take it quite a bit later on.
At this rate, maybe Io might even get the Wisp before him. He's already 3-0.
Jumping on Eternal Envy top lane. There's a Grave ready. AUI staying out of the fight so that he can make sure he gets it off, but yeah, EE will make it out. Good position from AUI, though. Did not want to get caught in an Avalanche, so just stays just south. Or, not Avalanche, a Bash, and so just stays out of it.
I was like, Avalanche? What? Huh?
Some sort of stun.
Yeah, and Bone is... I think he should probably make a rotation back toward that bottom lane. They should keep the pressure on the Enigma a little bit, just so he doesn't get too much free farm.
So what do you think here if you're Cloud9? Have you gotten enough done with your Bane Mirana dual lane? You got the 1-kill bottom, forced to TP mid, fairly aggressive lane there, and obviously Puck not expected to do too much mid. Are you happy with the results so far?
Sleep's coming out. Let's see. Oh, the Eidolons are there to block the arrow.
Oh, they despawned! Oh, that sucks. Now the double Starstorm can come through, and I guess now you're doing enough.
Yeah. I was just... They can keep the pressure on him, but they have to be careful next time he comes in, because he's level 6 now. He's going to have that Black Hole presence, and if Wisp gets his level 6, which is going to happen pretty soon, they'll have the relocate plus the Black Hole combo, which will be a disaster. And now he's getting some stacks off, and he decided to go for Arcane Boots on that Wisp ASAP, so it's probably going to be a mech. I don't know, mech Enigma, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was going to get it first.
I've seen FY mostly go Arcane Boots. The one time he went mech was when he was just like getting ridiculously farmed. Top lane, Blackbearding dove a bit by AUI 2000.
This is really interesting to point out. Look at FY's build. He didn't get overcharge, he got 2 in tether.
I've seen him actually level up overcharge over the orbs even before, so he's... I don't know, he's willing to experiment with the build, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, because the slow does increase, but it doesn't really benefit any more other than that, and usually having that overcharge, I guess, can help, but I am not one to question this great of a player, so...
I don't think anyone wants to question FY with his recent results.
The slow is actually pretty damn noticeable once it's leveled up now.
Yeah, it scales fairly well. And the base slow is not that long, so... let's see.
0.75.
0.75 level 1 up to 1.25, so not quite 50%, but close.
Yeah, he's good to go. They know he's in the jungle, though. They know the way that C9 plays. They see AUI farming top, and they're like, alright, this guy's jungling, he's going to support the lane. Yeah,
they're not going to allow that to go unchecked, but Envy will dodge it. He'll use illusions to scout a bit here, and he'll continue farming while the Metamorphosis is up. But meanwhile, Vici Gaming, FY and Ice 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 rotate back towards mid. They'll toss in the Wisp, and Silence from Fada will be used. Arrow. Just trying to bait out TP rotations, perhaps. I just love the way they chuck him into the middle of the fight, and...
I love the way how Black pings it when he's just farming his Void top. He pings the arrow in mid lane. He's like, watch out! Oh, don't worry, I'm just hitting creeps. I have nothing wrong up here.
Nothing to look at here. Well, he is hitting creeps, but...
He wants to go on this Bane bottom, it looks like. He's pinging him out. He's about to be 6. He's got the TP ready.
Bane is also 6. He's got some brain sap off on Super. That's basically half his health pool. And Bone 7 now wraps around for the arrow. Super, is he gonna move an Eidolon to potentially scout or body block this? Doesn't look like it. That's the one thing Ice is very diligent about when he's playing Enigma, is he constantly scouts with the Eidolons, if he knows supports or gankers are missing.
Wisp Tiny clearing the stacks right now, and Wisp will get level 6 from it.
Also has a haster, and we'll pop that, starts healing up, and might see it go soon. They're gonna toss this Wisp in, it looks like. Well, they're thinking about it. But Fada's back at the tier 2, so that's not a go they can hope for.
Making his rotation. Guess he's probably gonna wait for another rune. Yeah, look how defensive C9's playing. Look at AUI. He's just sitting in the trees behind his tower. Wants no business near that void.
They know Wisp is level 6 as well.
Yeah.
Not to mention Lich. I mean, this... If you're Vici, you can easily chuck 3 ults at a hero to get a kill. It's probably worth it, honestly. They're looking for Fada mid lane. He's already used the orb to farm. Oh, that could be a mistake. Tossed up and dunked.
Sleep, but the arrow was already used. And now Envy is gonna go farm the enemy jungle.
He does.
Just Envy things.
Yeah, he does like to do this. his clinks, just get a bottle and just spend your time securing runes. I haven't seen his clinks to 6.82, but I imagine it's even more the case now with the double rune spawn.
Yep.
If anything, so it does give, in theory, give the lane top, but the issue is that relocate. Like, you give the lane to a support, it's almost like just putting a meal on the table for Vici.
Yeah, AUI's using the pull though, nicely, so he can stay off the map. And he does pick up a full urn for himself, which is pretty decent timing.
It's still a very even game, and you did say earlier on, you think it's pretty close late game. It just comes down to execution more than anything. Is that still your feeling as the laning stage develops?
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay.
We do have Super going for the mech as well. He's just starting to pick up his farm in that jungle pretty nicely. No boots, though. And they are moving right toward Bone 7.
Well,
They sniffed him out.
They surely did. But
Black's gonna just throw a wild chrono and get him.
That's when you know he's looking up at. That's when you know he's looking up at like the giant monitor or screen that the fans are watching.
Oh, and they just smoked, but Fenrir's actually got broken.
Bone 7 leaped away to the south, so he'll make his way out. And this does buy time for the mech to come out. So with this, you'll have the double heal from the tether and just a lot of additional HP. Black still working on the Mask of Madness, but it feels like once he gets that, they'll have mech, they'll have Mask of Madness, they have the Tiny with the basics, drums and out for Ice, the urn. All those just basic items that work really well with the tether, and I'm expecting Vici at least to go for a kill or two with these ults. We're 12 minutes in, they haven't used the black hole, haven't used the chrono.
They're good at just sitting back and farming right now. Which is pretty interesting. I haven't seen them stack anymore after that early few stacks. So I guess they're just... They got their drum up now on the Tiny, they're just gonna... Now they're gonna go for the kills. But they don't want to have to use a relocate, because they want to be more sneaky than that, it looks like.
Give them the old swapperoo. Ice and FY to the top lane. The drums will be delivered. The urn picked up as well. No?
Timing.
Going back to base, apparently, with the urn. Is it... No?
Oh.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they need it anyway. They might get this kill regardless. The tether comes in, avalanche toss. Oh, he got off the grave! Great reactions by AUI. A little bit slow on the jump in, but they still just pop a dust and they pursue through anyway. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Super gets caught out, but the relocate's here. Oh no, don't start feeding Tony. Don't start feeding Ice. He gets the double kill. And
You know
he
what
can
sucks?
He's going back top.
Charges.
Oh, they're setting the whole team in. They gotta punish this. Coil's not there ready. The silence is here, but they're just gonna feed the Wisp. No, they're bringing the Tiny as well. Right into trouble. Could have left him alone. He tries to TP out. That's not gonna happen.
Triple kill for Pi. He's 6-1.
What the hell, man? That didn't go according to plan. That was such a good fight for them if they just sent the Wisp only, but well, suddenly not.
I guess he didn't expect them all to TP. But that's right in front of their tier 1.
That was a quick and savvy reaction by Cloud9. They're like, oh, you know what? Wisp relocated bottom. Let's punish this. Arrow coming through onto Black. Do they get the Starfall? Yep, they do. And no backtrack for that, but unfortunately the Chain Frost is bouncing. They do manage to get a grave off, keeping Bone 7 alive for now, but still the chase is on. Urn, not enough. AUI doing everything he can to heal him, but in the end he'll redline and go down. Cloud9 are reacting well, though, under pressure, and that's really the key thing against this Tiny Wisp. Like, you don't take that opportunity to turn the fight, and suddenly you find yourself down 3k gold, one more fight, and Tiny's got a whole item up on your core.
Yeah, Envy's doing a good job of getting a lot of farm, though, and using farm well. He's going into their jungle and farming things, so, you know, of course, Dazzle and everybody else can get some farm on their own. He's got his Yasha picked up, and yeah, he got the last hit on the top tower, so big. And really unfortunate that FY did not get his urn delivered, so he did not get 3 urn charges.
It was right there. It was just going back to base. It didn't have anyone else's items on, and I'm sure they just were having another discussion or debate about what the next play was. But
mid lane, Fada
should really deliver that thing at some point. Trying to retreat out in his own Chronosphere, but Black unable to escape. Now gets caught by an arrow. They bring in the Lich to the middle lane. Ice running in. He tosses a creep back. That's not what he was hoping for. Now gripped under the enemy tower. There's no relocate to save him. They'll end up losing 2. Make it 3. Just self-destructing in the middle lane.
High.
Yeah, he had it a little bit earlier, and this will set up yet another arrow. Black caught out. Level 1 backtrack. Not sufficient. It's a massacre in the middle lane. They lose 2,000 gold.
That just may have game. Envy's just farming this entire time too.
And I wanted to talk about how good Terrorblade is at farming the jungle once he gets to this point, but there's just been too much feeding. 12-7 now your score.
Yeah, I don't know if it's feeding. I think C9 are just responding really well and reacting.
Arrow coming through, narrowly missing super.
FY still hasn't picked up his urn. I'm not sure. I guess he hasn't. I don't know. There's something going wrong.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know. Did it? Maybe he didn't realize he bought it or something. Like bought it and thought he sold it, but didn't. But they already have a mech.
Not sure. And we do see Murano ulti coming out. They don't have the Fiend script, and they don't have a coil just yet.
Cloud9 looking for that jump in, and there's really no vision right now for the Radiant squad. Ice, and FY heading towards the bottom room, but this could put them in harm's way. They're looking for a bounty run. Now walking up the cliff and back down. Fada has a coil in 3. Dodges out of the avalanche. Still gets tossed up, but he can silence Orb out, and he'll make it to safety with the jaunt. Now healed up by AUI, and the coil's going to snap. Ice. Held in place,
He's
but
got the weave bringing his armor down too. He's
they
gonna
do
go
have
down
mech.
here.
They have mech. Super can potentially turn this. He gets it off. Tossing the Enigma in onto boat 7. He gets graved. AUI managing to keep him alive for ages. Now the Chain Frost canceling that Pylite ITP. They'll end up killing up the Bane. Does he self-deny? It's going to happen. And they, meanwhile, Ice went down to Eternal Envy, who found that kill on the Terrorblade. That's self-denied.
Get the kill on Ice. Nice. And that's huge, because he was on, what kind of kill streak is he on? 6? 7? So there would have been a lot of money going their way. It would have been worth it if they got that Bane, but they didn't, and they lost Ice.
The urn is still not being delivered. This is a really long time to not pick up your urn.
Yeah, I think he's getting it now. I think he's really... Nope, Lich got wards.
I'm so confused.
But anyway, during all that, Black was at least getting some farm in top, so at least the engagement was that, but look at this Terrorblade's farm. He's exploding now at this point. It's going to be a Manta coming out anytime now.
Yeah, he's almost 3k up on the enemy Void. Or sorry, the enemy Tiny, rather, who's only got a point booster to work with for Ice, and this is that stage where you can nearly be done your Aghanim Scepter if you're having a good time. Alright.
Oh, sorry, that was actually, like...
really frustrating.
It's actually no, it was just stressing me out.
It's almost as stressful as these Reign of Achilles I've been seeing that just sit in the side shop for 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
And then their teammates start paying them out, like they're getting really upset. It's like, just sell it. It's 400 gold, man.
I don't know, I bought an urn one time. I literally just... I dropped it from my stash. I don't know how. And I forgot about it. I bought another one. And then like 10 minutes later I look and I'm like, alright. I'm not going to say anything to anyone.
Just pretend. Nobody seemed to notice either. I mean, if they saw it, they would have pinged it for sure. But Fada comes in with the coil. Now, to a 2-hero coil. And is there any follow-up on this to one? Meanwhile, Black thinking about a jump in, but doesn't find a good opening. So they end up retreating out. And Terrorblade just clearing out creeps. Arrow coming through once more. And fishing. Oh, barely missing Fenrir.
And AUI does opt for the medallion, and it looks like they're pinging out Roche. They want to go for it pretty soon.
Now, do WCA try and contest this? Rune will be picked up by Fada. He's now level 11, and normally, well, oftentimes we see him go for the Dagon. Do you think it's the Dagon game or more of a Hex game?
He's probably going to decide that within the next few minutes, depending on how their kills end up going. And he gets out.
That's a
Oh,
creep
he
chuck.
crossed. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, they're two-manning Roche right now.
Wow, this is a really effective Roche duo. You know, you look at Terrorblade, he's an illusion hero, and most illusion heroes are not that good at Roche, but with Metamorphosis, you can use the illusions just to tank, and he actually damages a lot, even with the main hero.
It really could be that Dagon, because it's damn good versus Wisp. Just blowing him up instantly in those fights.
Yeah, FY is quite squishy. He only has the urn, like no plus HP outside of that.
He was doing so well too, and then they just didn't get any opportunities with the relocates in at all, basically. They don't really have any hero to set up for it. They have Black Hole. That's what I was saying. Like I thought they were gonna pick a like a ranged carry, but they went for the Enigma because now they don't really have anything to combo. Like I was saying, they don't really have much to combo with this Chrono. They don't have anything. Like they can relocate with a Chrono, but that's like awkward. It already feels awkward.
To be fair, they've also just not even used the abilities much this game.
But that's because they don't. I feel like they don't really have too much of an opportunity.
Yeah, Cloud9 are just very good at spreading as well. They've got the leap to get out. Fada's very quick on his phase shifts, and there's not too many easy heroes to jump in on.
Yeah, Envy's just been in the jungle the entire game, so it's pretty hard to just get in there through all these heroes that they have already. That you put yourself in a pretty weird position especially if you don't have like a good amount of reveal after Bone 7 hits 6. The Moonlit Shadow, if you're in enemy jungle, it's just gonna be a disaster.
Eternal Envy is turbo farming. He's got not only the completed Manta and the Aegis, but now 10k net worth at 20 minutes, so fantastic farm for him, and 2,000 gold in the bank. It's top lane, they're going in. Black caught out, and well, with the coil and arrow follow-up, it's going to be a kill for Cloud9. So they kill off the Void again, who's been largely a quiet and not very impactful offlaner for them.
It really might be a Dagon. I hope.
I think, like you said, with the Wisp being under-leveled, it's quite a good pickup.
Even the Void, he doesn't have much farm. He's not going to get a BKB anytime soon. Mask of Madness, Dagon, bye-bye. Blow him up pretty easily with all the different spells that they have.
And it's still a level 1 backtrack, so you can't even count on that to save you.
And if AOI is in good positioning, which normally he is, he's going to be able to save most of the people in those chronos.
And the top lane super just hanging very far back while they try to push in a bit more in this bottom side of the map. Ice, and FY teaming up. Fenrir and Black. Not really confident to make any moves. It's not just the fact that they're down on gold or experience. It's more just the change in overall approach to the game. Vici Gaming, when they run Tiny Wisp, they're normally snowballing like crazy and playing very cocky, but they're playing extremely defensively. They have no confidence in their ability to take fights.
I think they might just they know that they're pretty behind at this point, so they want to just go for the very obvious pickoffs, and other than that, just you have to get your farm up, because this game in the late game, they can still do just fine. They have a Void, Enigma, Wisp Tiny core. Like, the Tiny's about to have his Ags up at a relatively decent time, since he has Treads and Drum on top of it. If they get some stacks up for him, he's able to catch up pretty damn close to that Terrorblade.
And they also have Frost Armor, which is going to negate a lot of what Eternal Envy looks to accomplish. Can't take the towers as quickly, can't kill heroes off as fast, but that's later on. For now, Eternal Envy is a beast.
The Iascati is going to really hurt, because the Wisp and Tiny aren't just not going to be able to get away, obviously.
That's my one worry, is just this. There's no real, like, survivability for this Wisp, aside from just a clutch tether out. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, what, 4 auto attacks from the Terrorblade will pretty much kill her in Metamorphosis? Yeah. That's about it.
C9 are just playing. They're playing very well right now, honestly. They're playing very grouped up, but also separate at the same time. It's just very elusive moves that they're doing.
Bone 7 walking in and, well, just crossing the knife for now, but now the blink in. There's your coil, holding Ice, and FY out. Do they jump in further? No, they decide they want to back. Fenrir was looking for a Frost Blast, but this is all space created for Eternal Envy, who takes the tier 2 bottom. And yeah, I have Scotty coming very soon. 2,500 gold up to go with the first ultimate orb. Is there anything on the courier? No, just the Quelling Blade.
He's pretty damn farmed. Almost 13k net worth now at this point. Yeah, I don't know. This hero, if this is when the hero becomes so unbalanced. Like, you have to put so much pressure on it, and you have to have a very good sieging lineup that really just basically wins the game quickly, because otherwise, this is where the hero just becomes imbalanced.
Yeah, look at this illusion just easily soloing a medium camp. Not even in the range form either. Yeah.
Yep.
It hits like a truck.
It's unbelievable.
There is an Axe on Tiny now, though.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see Envy actually get 2 levels of the reflection, but...
You think stats are better?
Usually he gets stats. I guess normally he gets stats when he's behind. I guess since they feel farther ahead, he's leveling it.
Tiny does kill these off fairly quickly, but that's going to change when the Scotty's out. He will be kited a lot more.
The reflection's really good to level too, though, versus a Tiny until he gets BKB. You just use it on him, and his attack speed and movement speed is slow by 60. It's pretty ridiculous for 5.5 seconds. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, and obviously illusions of Tiny are amazing. So
yeah,
laning against Terrorblade is miserable if you're an illusion. Like if you're an anti-mage in lane or something, that is the worst.
pretty obnoxious hero.
Vici Gaming trying to push top, but they leave their Tiny Wisp mid for now and rotate towards the Ancients. They really want to make a go top lane, but there's a ward here just lurking for Cloud9. They seem to know. Super is in the front lines.
Age just expired at least. Envy's running up there with a Scotty now, so he's 2k HP already at this point. He's got a ton of survivability. That's without Metamorphosis even on. Oh wait, Metamorphosis, it doesn't give health anymore, that's right. That's a long time ago. Just gives damage.
How long ago was that?
I don't even remember. I don't play that hero.
Well,
That's my excuse.
are you losing MMR, Yanis?
I party MMR. My solo MMR is going up slowly but surely. I lost 700 party MMR.
Well, if you ever need some MMR, then just pick Terrorblade.
Yeah, probably.
He's he definitely is. If you're gonna deal with that here, it's got to be in an organized way. Like whether it's just because you plan to trade incredibly effectively, which in theory Void Tiny Wish should be able to do, or if you're just gonna deathball them before he gets online. But it's
They're catching up in farm though. Unfortunately, Black really just isn't able to do anything. He hasn't gotten. I don't think he's gotten one decent chrono. He's not able to find too much farm either. He only has 98 CS, 25 minutes. Very unlike Black to have no items. Actually, no real big items at 25 minutes in.
this could be bad for the Tiny Wisp. They're just slowly moving up the bottom lane, but the trap's about to spring. FY in position in the trees, but I think they know he's around the area. They'll go in on the ice. Coil can stop this. Tether relocate will be needed. Relocate, and there you go. All right, out to safety. But they are going to lose the Wisp, most likely.
I thought for a second the Weave was going to catch sight of the Wisp on the side there. It was pretty damn close to getting it.
Yeah, there's no creep wave as that's being drugged back, so FY will have to forfeit his life. He took one for the team here. But this is going to keep him as squishy as possible.
Yeah. Did he end up buying anything there? No, but he does have 1,200 gold, so he'll probably go for what, like a Ghost Scepter?
They're gonna go, I think they're going to toss this Enigma in. Yeah, get ready. Oh, no.
Lane Ward.
Already Pylite dies back.
Pai's playing really damn well this game. And the series when he was tanking, he played really damn well.
Yeah, I saw like a little bit of that game, but for what I saw,
Yeah,
he
I
was
didn't
doing
catch
really well.
much of it either. I heard the Arteezy cast was real.
Yeah, Arteezy and Bulbo put them in a room and things will happen.
Things indeed.
Yes. Very unique.
And Fada actually got a Mystic Staff instead.
The siege begins, though. That's just illusions, bringing the tower down by several hundred points. Yeah, down about 500, 600 in total.
Yep, and that's what they only have level 1 Lich armor, but it doesn't really add that much. Because the armor already has 25 armor, or the tower already has 25 armor at that point, so that extra doesn't really do too much. But luckily Midnight Pulse does kill illusions quite quickly, and of course Tiny has a pretty good job of just clearing through those things.
Yeah, this is where Lich pretty much just runs around, saves Shade Frost for feed script, and just auto-cast armor, honestly.
It's going late game.
Yeah, it's going late game, but it's not really the late game Vici game we were hoping for. They would love to be at least looking at like 1 or 2 outer towers remaining for Cloud9, but it's 4 still standing, and Eternal Envy, 3,600 more gold in the bank. It's going to be his next tier 4 item.
I think they'd be pretty happy if this Tiny had a BKB on top of all of his items.
Even with that, there's still a lot of control to deal with him.
There is.
Don't forget about that Puck Eggs if he wants to go it, but it's been very popular for the Chinese players since 6.82 hit, but it seems he'll be going for Hex instead.
It's pretty interesting. I want to see someone combo, like just bringing up like a Beastmaster with the Roar, push him out of the coil.
Yeah, vacuum them out, like something like that.
Well, vacuum, I mean, sure, but that's not through the BKB.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
they have the BKB on. But anyway, afterwards, the duration of the coil is 8 seconds, so most BKBs will start withering down.
Yeah, and you know it's a pretty. They still have other answers for it anyway. Like they still have the feed script. Terrorblade is slow.
I'd like to see Pile die. Instead of going BKB with that Ogre Club, go Ags.
Has anyone built that yet in this patch?
I don't think so. Blink in, Fiend Script the Wisp, everybody's just gonna run in and hit you. Everybody just gets slept.
Oh no, this is trouble for our Lich. Fenrir slept in the river. Where's the follow-up? No one coming.
Ooh, nice.
Highlight Eye now looking to blink out from inside the pit, but the backstep's coming from Eternal Envy under cover of Moonlight Shadow. Start slowing Black, start slowing Super. That's just illusions, taking away half his health. Well,
he probably would have actually died if he didn't have the Lich armor.
This is an aggressive jump from Fada. He's going in for a dangerous mission, looking for this Wisp. Are they gonna TP someone in?
He's gonna wait for the blink to be up, and then he'll probably go in.
He has an idea of where FY is, but does he know exactly? No, he's just gonna go for Ice Ice Ice. Tries for the tower deny. Doesn't get it though. But this sets up for the Rosh.
Coil for the attempt at tower deny. Worth.
Yeah, and he's almost got Hex as well.
Yeah, they're all getting pretty farmed, but it's just this Void just really falling behind. I feel like it doesn't really fit the lineup. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me.
Meanwhile, top lane, looking for the Wisp, gets tossed back, finished off by Ice 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 FY. That's a nice kill, and doesn't seem like there's much of a turnaround here. Yeah, they're not going to find anything.
That's pretty needed right there.
I do want to point out Eternal Envy and his love of the bottle going to the carry. He was passed over Bone 7's bottle. He's now got a double damage rune, which will work on those illusions if they're nearby when he pops it. So, yeah, that's a pretty scary rune for a Terrorblade at this stage.
Did illusions get affected by the DD?
If they're in a certain AoE, unless they changed that recently. I'm pretty sure they do. It's like with Meepos.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I guess we'll see if maybe let's see the flame coming pretty soon, maybe.
Even if you're right when you say something like that, and the other person's question you, you're still gonna get flamed.
I'm pretty sure that's not a thing though, dude.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm pretty damn sure. All right, but anyway, Envy does have a ton of money right now, and he picks up a full butterfly.
Yeah, that is a pretty damn big Terrorblade. I mean, at this point, what do you even build? Just a heart? Stop feeding Twitch chat, Yannis.
No, I actually was not. I was reading Skype for a second, sorry.
That's okay.
I got distracted. I don't even know you asked me, actually. My bad, LD. Very unprofessional of me.
Very unprofessional.
Who goes hard? What were you saying, dude? What are you doing to me?
I'm watching the
you're
siege. I'm waiting for you to finish. Are you done yet? Sleep on the Black. Arrow to come through. Oh, that's gonna hit, and he just gets shredded by Eternal Envy. Now pushing through for the tier 2 tower.
There's no DD on the illusions.
Maybe I'm just senile.
It's been a long couple weeks.
Yeah, it has. Alright, well, Eternal Envy tried to siege the bottom lane. He's already brought this tower down by about half. He will be Malefist and forced off, but he's still healthy. He still has the Aegis, and nobody from Avicii Gaming really looking to go in. Avalanche gonna hit the wave. They'll be under a two-pronged assault. Envy in the bottom lane and almost killing off Super with those auto attacks. Now working on Ice Ice Ice.
Weave. It was almost maximum weave there.
That arrow didn't even look like it was going to hit Fenrir, but managed to clip him. This is going to force a reaction. Black Hole, catch out Paladine and EE, but he still has his Aegis. He still has his ultimate. He can even Sunder if he needs to. He's just standing. Yeah, there's your Sunder. Now chase out Ice Ice Ice. This Terrorblade out of control. And will manage to finish him off. Now Super caught out the Chronos there. It's a great one from Black, but they need more follow-up. And Ice 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 is slept, and he's trapped outside this Chrono. He can't do anything. They'll now lose Black. Envy forced off.
Hard.
He's still got Aegis. He's still got Aegis. Super gonna go down. Oh
Weave
man.
is actually just making him hit. He's gonna get a rampage here.
I'm just seeing if they get a kill. They can't even get that. The puck will end up going down, and Eternal Envy walks back into the fight. He charges past the Tiny, looking for FY. He's gonna lose the Aegis finally. Oh man, that was like a minute and a half of no Aegis.
Sunder's back up, guys.
Illusion's getting spawned. It's an army of Terrorblades. They'll clear off the illusions, but they still have to deal with the main hero, Reflection, and that's a super tiny smacking away with Eternal Envy on its side. And it's a lot bigger than the real tiny. It looks
Pretty sweet. I like that.
yeah, they'll back
see,
off
there's
now.
the Sunder. That's what I'm talking about. And then it earned up. Look, Envy just got 2,000 HP.
And Eternal Envy and the rest of Cloud9, they're happy with this first later X. They would just want to run out. Vici Gaming, can they get anything accomplished? They don't have to relocate for 7. They'll keep on chasing. They know they need at least some sort of trade. Tiny bought back earlier in that fight. Enigma bought back. But they're not going to find any openings.
They're just... The Terrorblade's just way too big, and the supports just work way too damn well with this. The Bane's just enfeebling the Void, enfeebling the Tiny, sitting in the back as he has a Blink Dagger. He's able to just react and get the hell out of there if anybody's trying to go on him. So they're doing a lot less damage, and the Weave on top of Terrorblade with Illusions, he's just able to stand there on top of, you know, of course, he's already super farmed. It's just such a compliment to the hero on top of everything. I don't see them being able to come back at all.
So, going into next game, assuming they lose this one, is Terrorblade a needed ban, or do you just have to play better against him? Like, where did this go wrong for Vici?
Probably just ban it. They're probably just gonna ban it. I think picking Elder Titan first 2 can be pretty decent if you have a good strat against it, but I don't know. I don't think they want to deal with playing versus that. It's just so obnoxious.
Yeah, he's got the next item now.
They need to just increase the cooldown on your.
Are we rebalancing Terrorblade?
I don't know.
Is that where this cast is at?
I do think they need to change the conjure image. It's just too low of a cooldown. You get 2 images out every time, and they're so buff. I don't know.
Yeah, they're pretty strong. They're also strong at level 1. Like, whereas you look at like Naga Illusions, they take a ton of damage early on, but Terrorblade's
4 though.
Yeah, 200% at level 1.
3, whatever.
They're gonna jump in with Fada now. Hex onto Super. He's caught out in the base. The orb coming through, and forcing that Enigma out. But this is just all about the mid lane, where Eternal Envy with this fresh 10-second BKB, he doesn't finish off the melee. Yeah, now he will, and they commit nothing for this. They maybe lose a tier 2 bottom to Ice 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 and FY, but for a 36-minute Tiny Wisp, this is really not that much farm, and now Fada's going to look to prevent a TP out. They're looking for that Wisp relocate. They do not want to let FY get this off. Ice Ice Ice, the only one caught by the coil. It was a bit farther to the left, but the relocate doesn't bring Ice 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 with them, and, well, there's no way to cancel that, so he'll end up TPing out. They'll still lose the Wisp. It's kind of a weird way to get the Tiny out, but it accomplishes the same thing in the end.
2 racks down versus Terrorblade this farm. I don't know. I think the only reason to keep playing this game is just to keep your heads, I don't know, just keep your heads cool and just start thinking about the next game, honestly.
GG.
Yeah, okay.
I think they were like, they were probably going through their laundry list of like, all right, in this kind of situation, you know, let's go to plan Z.1.322. Yeah, there's nothing. All right, GG.
Yeah, they played it pretty well, but Envy just got away with too much. He just sat in the jungle pretty much uncontested, and Vici just wasn't able to use their ultimates almost at all.
Well, on that note, Cloud9 looking good. They'll take game 1 of this best of 3. Vici Gaming on the ropes now. They got their Tiny Wisp. They couldn't make it count, and if Cloud9 go on to win that game too, they will play Alliance, and we will
15
have
fantasy points for Envy too.
Oh man, he's racking it
0.6
up.
for Black though, unfortunately.
Doing what Tom Brady no longer can. That's something.
Damn.
If they win this though, it will be a guaranteed Western versus Eastern finals, which would be pretty cool. So for the Vici Gaming fans out there, you better put your heads together. They're gonna need your support. And with that, we'll go to game 2. Take a quick break. You're watching Beyond the Summit. WCA 2014 continues right after this. He's Fogged, and of course you can follow him at Fogged Dota on Twitter, and we'll be right back. Stay.